Good Morrow. I don't know what movie that's from. Good Morrow.
I think you made that up. I don't think that's from a
I think it's
movie.
from. Could it be? Shit. Google it. Google it. Here we go. Right off the bat. Welcome back to Dress Down Day, folks.
Good Morrow?
Leano. I just said. Leanna has put Good Morrow movie. Come on, it's gotta be in a movie.
The Good Morrow, John Dunn?
What the fuck? Good Morrow too.
Oh, it's a movie.
Yeah, there you go. Role models. See the little meme down there? The guy from Role Models.
This?
Yep. Good morrow to you, sir. And they said, "Good morrow, sir. Good morrow to you." See, I knew it was something. Anyway, welcome back to Dress Down Day, folks. I don't know when this is going to be on. I don't know what episode we're on. I don't really know. But would you say that I'm handy?
Very handy. Extremely handy, actually.
Really? You say that?
Yeah, I would say that.
Because I think,
You're able to put together many things. I will say they tend to go wrong in the midst of it, but then you do get it. Definitely.
I wonder why you had to say that. Well, I am my dad's son.
Yes.
And he destroys everything, but eventually, see, it is kind of good to be, I don't want to say poor, because that's, that makes me sound very ungrateful, and I wasn't poor growing up, but like compared to a lot of kids on Staten Island, I felt poor. My parents just said no. I never got anything, and my dad has never hired anyone for anything. Yeah. Literally, no. I've cut tile. I've put hole posts for a fence. I've put a wheelbarrow of rocks. You name it in my house, we did it. It was me and my mom and my brothers doing little. I mean, my sister too. But like, anyway. So I think that's kind of good to know how to do stuff.
Definitely.
I think that
if something goes wrong, you're able to fix it. Yeah. Rather than us having to call someone and wait for someone to come.
I don't even know why I'm bringing this up, but like, I'm not trying to give myself a compliment, but I was proud that.
I will say that when we were living in California, our toilet was broken for a very long time, and you never fixed it. You just left it. And then one day, someone actually told you, why don't you just fix it? And then you fixed it, and that was it. It was fixed.
What was wrong with it? It was running?
Yes.
That's a very easy fix.
And you just left it forever, and you would get mad at me for letting it run as if I knew what I was supposed to do.
Well, it was simple. All you had to do is leave it in a position, and it wouldn't run.
Or you could have just fixed it.
I understand, but this goes back to the age-old like men versus women thing. Leave the toilet seat down, right? If you gotta go in,
I never say that.
I know you don't, but I'm saying that's like an old 1950s, I guess,
an old wives' tale.
Whatever the fuck you've heard that your whole life, right? Women get mad.
Yes,
it's in movies, it's in TV shows. Leave the seat down. A woman could do the same exact move opposite. If I gotta remember to put it down, why can't you put it up when you're done?
Because that's not a normal thing.
What's not a normal thing?
To have to fix the handle of the toilet. It's not supposed to be that way.
I wasn't talking about that for that specific metaphor, reference. Circumstance. Well, all you had to do was when you flushed, leave it would dangle. I said, Leanna, just leave it like this, and you could not. It was more like me getting. I wanted you to remember for me. I wanted you to just fucking remember something.
And I really wanted you to just fix it for me.
You never asked me to
do that either.
What am I, a plumber? I'm not a plumber.
Did you not fix it eventually?
I think I did.
You did.
I don't know. That's a really good thing too about renting. It's really nice to not have to, like, when something goes wrong, you just make a phone call. You don't got to pay for anything. It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
But little things that you want to get fixed right away, I've noticed that, like, I don't know. I wish we learned that shit in school.
Our apartment building is good now with that stuff. If we have a problem, we could put a request into maintenance, and they'll come very quickly. Whereas our old building, if something was wrong, we might have to wait a couple days for the guy. They had one guy. He did everything. He did electrical, plumbing.
He was fantastic. He was Russian, I think.
Yeah.
He was hilarious. But
Vitaly, his name was.
Vitaly, yeah. He would have to just do a lot. The poor guy. There was a bunch of things, so he wouldn't be able to get to you quickly. but he would get there and he would do the damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I guess that's all I wanted to say about that. I'm
Quite the handyman.
no, not that I'm quite the handyman, but like I was thinking, I don't want to thank my dad, but I kind of was like, man, I'm kind of glad he
does everything.
I'm kind of glad. Like, I don't know. It's definitely bad to be so fucking cheap that you never pay for anything. Because sometimes your time is worth more.
Absolutely.
Like Dad, if you would have just paid this, it would have been done already. But now the amount of time the D'Alessandro family has ripped up our front lawn and put new grass. Mm-hmm. We would do it every fucking year, and I'm like, hire a gardener. I don't know what I'm doing.
Why every year? What would happen?
It would turn brown, and it would be destroyed, and it wouldn't sit right because they didn't hire anybody. It was me and my brothers and my sister and my mom doing lawn.
Doing lawn. Doing lawn work.
You think I knew what the hell I was doing? And it wouldn't last. So I'm like, just do it.
Meanwhile,
hire someone.
You probably get guys in and out in a day, and it looks gorgeous.
And he probably spent more on sod or, I don't know, gas to Home Depot and, you know, the tax on his marriage and his children hating his guts. All you have to do is hire someone. But I'm thinking it is nice to, like, you know, I don't know, it's having the right tools. I wish we learned this shit in school. Like,
I know.
You know what I mean?
School really is just a waste of time.
It's said
we should be learning more real life things.
Right?
Absolutely. 1000%.
Like, how many memes are we going to see about never using cosine tangent? Is that a thing?
A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
What's the cosine tangent one? Is that a...
it's a...
So, is tangent part of that?
I believe so.
Now we're looking at, you need a cosigner to get a mortgage.
Let's see.
Cosine math problem. Look, there's no dash, there's no space. It's just cosine. It looks like...
No, I don't know if
you're putting a G. There's no G. Do you see the bold lettering that is correcting your error and you're not doing anything to change it?
Cosine, yes. Tan sine and sosine? What is this?
Toso say. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know any of this. I don't know any of this.
I know. The law of cosines.
The amount of memes I've seen about, like, still don't know how to manage a checkbook, but I know how to do cosine or whatever. And, like, we laugh about it, but when the fuck are we going to do something about it? When are we actually going to change the curriculum? Our niece just started kindergarten. Right?
Yes.
And I was saying, like, she's going to go through all of this again. Like, and I'm thinking, do you think that they changed it? Or no, she's just going to have the same fucking curriculum that we had, which is,
times have changed. And times have changed.
It's like, we know more.
I know. We were talking about this, and I said, which could be a little ridiculous and out there, but I think all we really need is like K through 5.
For certain, that's a really good, right? Reading,
writing, basic math, basic addition, subtraction, multiplication, division.
Maybe like learning how to add change and like money.
Change, time. This is all stuff you learn K through 5.
Do you want to know how dumb I was? I remember my brother Brian calling me dumb when I was in the first grade. I was learning about change.
Okay.
And I was like a little confused because I was learning at the same time about math and then time. But so you know when change,
you were learning money and time at the same time.
And you know how you get to a new hour at 60 minutes,
yes.
but you get to a new dollar at 100.
Yes, of course.
So I was confusing them, and I was thinking like I was saying
like after 60 cents, it goes to $1.
Yes.
That's cute.
I mean, and instead of my brother being like, "Oh no," he was like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?"
It is very silly. Why does the hour only go to 60 minutes?
That's a fucking.
It can be confusing. They shouldn't teach that at the same time.
Well, time is weird. Time is very. It's by the sun. Like someone figured that out. Where minutes are made up too. It could add to 100. We just have to have shorter minutes. Right, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
The
A
60
minute
seconds
could
could just
be
100 seconds could just
40
be
seconds or something.
1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4, 5, 6. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I
get
mean?
it.
I mean, I'm not saying that I'm definitely an idiot because the other kids in my class weren't making
But
that problem. But
time is not even the issue at this point because we use it. It doesn't need to change. It works.
yeah,
Right. But the a squared plus b squared equals c squared. What am I doing?
is the
with
a
that?
squared plus b squared, is that the area of something, or that's the triangle? Look right there. What the hell is that?
The law of cosines.
What is this for? What
It
do you
helps
do?
us solve triangles. Pythagorean theorem. I knew that's what it was
Wait
called.
a minute. It helps us solve.
Oh, here we
triangles.
go. When to use.
Okay.
It's useful for finding the third side of a triangle when we know two sides and the angle between them. So you know what a squared, b squared plus c squared is good for? People like your dad, like contractors who need to figure out,
Yes, absolutely.
you know, what a house is supposed to look like and
Damn, yo.
tiles.
Never once in my life I'm like, damn, yo, we gotta solve this triangle.
Exactly. This is ridiculous.
Wait, hold on. Have you ever in your life needed to know the degrees of something? Ever once? The only time it's ever happened to me once, we were at the gym and I needed to get an incline bench and I looked it up and it said it was at a 45 degree
yes.
angle. And I can basically eyeball that, which is 90 and then in between 90.
That's
And
what I was gonna
That's
say.
literally all you need to know.
The only time that I've ever really used angles is at the gym.
Yeah.
Working out. My feet need to be at a 45-degree angle. My elbows need to be at a 45-degree angle.
Your feet need to be at a 45 degree, for what? Oh, like a certain squat?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's the only time I've ever used that.
This is fucking insane, man.
C squared equals a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cosine. What? I took calculus in
really?
high school. I was very good at math. So I took calculus in high school. I forget what my teacher's name was, but we actually saw her at the mall, the Staten Island Mall, the last time we were there.
We did?
Yes. You don't remember me saying that was my calculus teacher?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I did pretty well in it, but I remember thinking too, what am I going to do with this?
Do you remember imaginary numbers?
Yes.
What the fuck? So this is weird too, that like we all laugh about it, we'll make jokes, yeah, when are you going to use that? And then you're going to tell your kids to learn it. Isn't that weird?
know.
That we're not changing anything? Am I crazy here?
Well, here's the thing. They can't,
Imaginary
you
number.
can't tell them, oh, this doesn't matter. And then they like fail the class. You don't want them to fail a class.
I'm saying as a society, as a whole, why the fuck are we doing this still? If we all know this is completely pointless, like, I understand if you're an architect or you go into a certain field, then you should hone in on this stuff that you need to know.
Exactly.
But like,
yeah.
for me and all of my friends who are city workers, cops, firemen, even my friends who are CPAs and shit like this, no one uses this stuff.
Like you said too, we're doing this stuff when we could be figuring out what we like to do.
100%.
So we could maybe take an accounting class in high school or a culinary class or a police academy type class.
A police academy, cops and robbers.
I don't know, something like, you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Something that, a veterinarian class, something that will maybe inspire me or help me figure out, oh, this is maybe what I want to do for the rest of my life. Not doing imaginary numbers and I don't even know what else. Never using it again. All that time could have been used to figure out what I want my career to be.
That's what, like a Montessori? Montessori?
Montessori?
Montessori or Montessori?
I think it's Montessori.
So another thing is too, is like if you get, Leanna, I'm learning a lot about you with this. This is fantastic having one of these screens here that we can see what we're looking at.
Why are you learning a lot about me? Because I'm
I mean, you can't spell.
Well, I'm trying to
You spelled Montessori right, though. That was amazing. I don't know how you did that.
I know about Montessori, but I'm trying to use one hand. I'm not
You
trying
can use
to like
two. Go ahead. Make it look like. Usually they have producers for this, but we don't got that kind of money.
Yeah, I should.
You're also destroying the chair.
I should have figured this out a little bit better.
And the thing. So basically, I don't know if it sucks that this has to become. I think everything gets politicized, unfortunately, but like. It's so dumb that this has to be politicized.
This makes sense. Can I just read the definition of what a Montessori school is?
Go ahead. Go
So
right
the
ahead.
Montessori method of education is a system of education for young children that seeks to develop natural interests and activities rather than using formal teaching methods. So basically, kids finding out what is
It was
natural
developed by
to
an
them.
Italian physician, Maria Montessori. Thank you.
There
You're
you
welcome.
go.
My
Thank you,
people give the
Maria.
world. We taught the world how to eat.
Maria.
Maria Montessori.
She developed a Montessori.
There you go. That's
All
what
right.
that song is about.
It views children as naturally eager for knowledge and capable of initiating learning in a sufficiently supportive and well-prepared learning environment. Yeah, these make more sense. I worked for a man who sent his children to Montessori school. And I remember him telling, I was like, this is incredible.
His son was incredibly intelligent. Remember that he was
incredibly
and
intelligent.
it's sort of like it. So basically, it's like I think, is it similar? Can you search unschooling? Is that the same thing?
What's unschooling?
I think unschooling is a form of homeschooling, which is in the education of children at home or other places rather than in a school. It involves children based on their interests rather than a set curriculum. So it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, very similar.
We're all square pegs, triangle pegs, circle pegs, all trying to fit in the same square peg.
Ooh, I see
right?
what you're saying. Wow, nice
Metaphor. So like
analogy.
I had a good friend in grammar school. His name was Dave. Just an absolute brilliant kid. Anything the teacher said, he got in a second. He was just made for school. He had one of those minds that just like you told him something. He's a brilliant. I don't even know what he does now. I think he's like a rocket scientist. He's just a genius guy. I have people in my family like this. My mom's family were very very good students. And like like me, I'm an artist. I'm not good at that shit. And when you try to all go down the same path, it's a weird thing. And I think that, I don't know, when Abby started school, I was thinking like, my brother probably wouldn't agree with me at all, her dad, but it was just like, fuck. This is weird that we're just going to do this again, knowing what we know now. And I don't know how to change it. I'm a fucking idiot, but.
And this is our niece that we're talking about. She's someone who will definitely do so well in school.
Yeah.
I feel like it'll be so easy
But
for
she's
her.
an artist too.
But she is. That's what I'm saying. So like school, we just know school's going to be easy for her. Whereas she probably could be doing better things or different things with her intelligence.
Yeah.
Using it in creative ways rather than just learning what everyone else learns, because it's definitely going to come so easy to her.
Did you ever think this growing up? Like, I don't know what this is for, or you just kind of like went with the flow?
I kind of went with the flow. When I was younger, I just went with the flow. In high school, I noticed, like I said, when I was taking calculus and stuff, or I was taking Spanish again. I took Spanish 6th, 7th, 8th grade.
Spanish at least makes incredible logical sense to learn Spanish.
It wasn't really sticking. It was, and
what about your grandfather? Ask him. Leanna's grandfather is born and from Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
And you can't speak a lick of Spanish.
No, and that would be great knowledge. But what I'm saying is I already did the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade.
Spanish?
I'm relearning it. I mean, I was stupid. I thought I'm probably not going to speak Spanish to anyone. So what's the point? Now knowing it's our kids, I'm going to make sure they remember that stuff because it could be so beneficial. But calculus, even science, I loved science. I was also so good at science. I took physics and I was like,
physics?
What am I going to do with this? What am I going to do with this?
Yeah, I didn't feel that way until I got to high school. Same thing with you. Like, I mean, my grammar school was a very small Catholic school. It was a joke. It was so easy. But like it's sad because it can also make kids feel stupid. It can make them feel like they're not good enough. It can make them, you can get bullied. You can feel like an outsider. Like, I don't know where I belong. And like, it really is a fucked up thing. I don't know. That's like super hippie of us, I guess.
I remember too. I was always a good student and I did well in pretty much everything. I never really suffered in any classes. And I remember feeling bad for kids who had a hard time because it did come so easy to me. And
Yeah.
it wasn't always because I was interested in those things. I obtained knowledge, I guess, more easily than other kids, and it was just easy for me to do well.
I remember there was like certain kids that they had like a special like reading group for. You ever had like something like that? Maybe the
Yeah.
kids who like weren't getting it the same.
Yeah.
And just because they weren't getting it, they could just like can you read? I don't really ever see you read books. Do you read books?
No,
Never
I
really seen you.
don't.
I would like to read books.
I
The
would
people
too,
who
I just
the people who
can't.
hang out at
By the pool,
Barnes
or
and
something
Nobles with a cup of
Oh.
coffee enjoying a book. I wish I could be that guy. I
know.
wish I could be that gal.
It
And
looks
you got
nice.
a cafe con leche. You're reading a good old fashioned whodunit. Who's better than you? I can't read. I'm
know.
not smart.
I can't
I
either.
can't read. Like I can read words. Oh, that says, table.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. My brain just takes off.
Mine too.
It just takes off. So like if you're a young kid and that's happening to you, did you ever read the summer reading books?
No. Oh my God. Never.
I was my mom, for some reason.
Spark Notes all day.
My mom, well, first of all, it never fucked up my year ever. If I would have just told myself, yo, this happened last year, you'll fuck up in the beginning and then you'll do fine after this. My mom used to lock me in her room. She
Make
would
you read.
and say, you have to read your summer reading books. And I would just do this. I would sit there for like an hour and just talk to myself. And then she'd come in and I'd be like, oh man, I'm not enjoying this, Mom. Please, can I go outside? She's like, just 10 more pages. And I'd be like, all right. And then she would leave, and I would sit
She wouldn't ask you about the book to make sure you
I think
read?
I would just make up something,
Oh
unless
my God.
one time I was fucked because it was like To Kill a Mockingbird, which
and she knew the book, yeah.
And then I found the movie, and I was just like, this guy Atticus, Mom, he's a real good guy. But
Yeah.
I think even that is fucked up. Like summer reading. Why are you doing that to a kid?
I know.
What are you doing that
That's
for?
the one time for them to actually, like this stuff, find their interests, do what they like to do over the summer.
Wait, so you would read them, you said?
No.
Oh, you wouldn't? And you
No.
would just fail?
No, I would read like Spark Notes.
Oh, you said that. Sorry.
Yeah, Cliff Notes,
Would
whatever
that
it was.
that would work? What color's
Yeah.
Jane's hat that would be in the Spark Note? Sometimes it'd be questions like that.
Usually.
What's sad about that too is like I think most teachers say they probably get a curriculum from like the state.
Yeah.
Right?
The city.
Or the city, sorry. And I went to a Catholic school where it came from like God knows what. Some nun just made that.
They just like found books in the garbage and were like, here, this is what we're going to do.
And then my teachers were like, all right. So no one really knows why they're doing it. They're just doing it. That's always a sign of like disaster. Why do I need to know this, Miss Trunchbull? I don't know. You just have to know it.
Catholic school is a whole nother ball game. I don't know how that works, but
Well, I think it's more disciplined. Like you
That
get more of like
makes sense.
structure and shit.
you definitely more disciplined in Catholic school. Public school is a free for all, but I think the education is better in public school
Absolutely.
because it's created by the Board of Education. They make it, whereas Catholic school, like I said, I think they just like whip stuff up. I don't know where they get it from.
I don't think that they've changed the Catholic school curriculum since the 1920s. It's the exact same thing.
For public school, they have to have reasons as to why what they're teaching kids will be beneficial in the long run.
I think
There has to be.
I think it came from. Now I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm just guessing here, but I don't know. I don't even know if you could. What would you Google for this? But like I think the modern school, like first of all, the school schedule came from basically parents working more. I think it's like because people needed like babysit, kind of like literally they needed like babysit. Oh, this is gonna be hard to find. I don't even know. Like I'm really bad at Googling. Are you a good Googler? Fixing America's broken school calendar. I wonder what that's about. Too long. This is also how I read articles on the internet. If it's not on the first bold Google thing, it doesn't exist on the internet.
I just like skimmed and I saw something which I feel like I've heard before too, that kids going to school that early they
Oh,
can't,
it's so fucked
they
up.
can't even process the information
Yep.
up until 11 o'clock or something, which
Yep.
I'm pretty sure this is saying. And I've heard that before.
And this is not like someone pulling out of their ass. There's scientists.
No, they do studies.
Scientists that have done studies for years with like hundreds of kids, and they the research has shown that especially for teenagers in high school, that their body, like they're way more night owls. I stayed up till fucking 6 a.m. all of the time in high school. I was always up all hours of the night, and I would try to sleep till late, and you got to be at school at 8 a.m. There's research that has shown that is completely fucked up. Like the hours of school. High schoolers should be going to school later than like
little kids.
Like third graders or whatever. And the weird thing is that like I don't know who's going to change this, because we're probably listening to this. People are probably listening to this, teachers, and are maybe getting angry at us, being like, how dare you, talk about my career or whatever, or you saying what I do is worthless or is not right?
Absolutely not. I mean,
I don't fucking know. Everybody's offended.
I think teachers have a huge impact on kids, regardless whether it's through what they're teaching.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, us just being critical of the education system. Like, how dare you? Not even a teacher. You shouldn't have an opinion. I think that's very 2021.
I went to school for teaching. I didn't finish, but I did go. How long did I go? 2 years, maybe?
Yeah,
Whatever.
I don't know. I blacked out. I blacked out those years.
And I was thinking the other day, it was great. I feel like I was learning what I needed to know in order to be a teacher. I wasn't learning how to teach A squared plus B squared equals C squared. I took maybe a class or two.
Like what, they taught you like how to like handle
how
kids?
to handle kids.
Oh, I got you.
Which I thought was extremely beneficial. I don't know how many classes I could have taken that were like that, but I feel like there were a lot of classes that I took that were great. So I feel like I can speak to that a little bit.
It just, I think I'm talking from like someone who came through that system, being like, man, I don't think that was the right way to do that. Because I always felt like I was capable and smart, and I could do things I really cared about, put my mind to. I always felt that way. But when I got into high school, I remember thinking like, man, something's off. I'm not connecting with this at all, and I don't know why I'm learning this. I've always wanted, when I was in high school, I knew I wanted to do comedy in some way. Act, write, direct, comedian, something. I wanted to do something creative. And I was just like, I don't know what I'm going to use this for. And the fact that everyone says that when they become an adult. And then when we have kids, we just say, all right, go do the exact same thing I did. I don't really get that. And I don't know why we're not changing it. Like, we learned that plastic straws are bad and they're starting to ban them. I mean, it's taking a long fucking time, but
I think
I literally have one.
And a plastic cup. I think high school should be more like college, where you get to
even
pick
that's crazy
what
though.
you want to learn.
But you gotta learn. You gotta
take basics in college too.
No, you have to declare your major when you're a child still.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. Like when I was 25, I was more clueless than I was at 18. I just figured out my life within the last 3 fucking years. And I just think that we need to give people, if I was given like more time to nourish my whatever the fuck when I was younger, it wouldn't have taken me so long. I had to like restart.
Absolutely. That's why I think it should start in high school.
Definitely.
Not you need to pick something that you like. Okay, I like science, and then you take all these science classes. No.
I know.
You know what? I'm a little interested in chemistry, but I'm also interested in fashion design. So I could take a bunch of different classes to figure out what I like.
Plus, absolutely, but have you seen also all of these people online making, again, memes, and it's become like a whole subculture of people about how worthless their bachelor's degree is?
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck are we doing?
I feel terrible. And my dad will never listen to this, but he wasted his money.
What do you got about my parents? I didn't even graduate.
Yeah, I at least graduated, but even still, like my diploma is just collecting dust in a closet somewhere. I'm not doing anything with it.
Especially being from New York City. people who are from New York City is the greatest city on earth for many reasons if you want to argue against it. But if I'm not saying it's like, because whatever the fuck, oh, it's the best city. But in terms of like job security, a New York City job is what our parents pressure us all on Staten Island to get, because they are just
amazing jobs.
They're incredible. There's nothing like it in the world. Most firefighters in America are volunteers. They don't get paid to be the firemen. And in firemen in Staten Island, in New York City, they get paid over $100,000 to be a fireman. And you can make $200,000 with overtime. Like, they're insanely lucrative. Every job. Cop, you get paid well. You can get overtime. A bus driver. Sanitation. You get great benefits. So it's like, if you live in New York City and you don't know what, like all my friends who became like cops and firemen right out of college, geniuses. Geniuses. Because what else? What are they going to sit in a cubicle and do something that they don't like? I mean, even I don't know if they like their jobs or not, but it's like to go to college. All of my friends who are cops and firemen, every single one of them graduated college, and I don't know why.
Well, I think to be a cop and a fireman, you have to have a certain amount of credits.
You need 60 credits to be a cop.
Okay.
I don't think you need any to be a fireman anymore.
Really?
You might, but you get like 30 in the academy with a lot of these places.
So if you get in the fire department straight out of high school,
100%,
you could be retired by like 40 years old.
100%.
That's insane.
So the fact that like
they'll have a whole nother life.
Of course. What are you, crazy? Yeah. I mean, Steve Carell didn't even get, I don't know, Anchorman until he was probably 38, 39.
Could you imagine?
So it's just like I'm not trying to like downplay anybody if you are passionate about education and you want to learn everything you can. That's great, but I'm saying you fit that mold. And you're very lucky that you are benefiting from academia or whatever. And then you got people like me and my friends who are just like, what the fuck are we doing here?
And we're also not saying that you don't need any schooling.
No, I know. I'm always worried about who's going to get fucking offended or say whatever. I don't know.
So I want someone then, a high school teacher who teaches tan, sine, cosine,
Maria,
stop sign, to tell me why that's useful for children. And like we said, if they're gonna go and be an architect, a contractor, all that,
if they're gonna be a stop sign, they might not know about stop signs.
I totally understand that, but for everyone else, I just don't get it. I don't get it.
What was your favorite snack in school? Did you have one? Do you remember? You have bad memory. I don't know if I want you to pull. They're not gonna have it.
Like lunch snacks.
There was this thing. It was super rare. I want to know if anybody remembers it. People are gonna tell me they remember it, but they may not. Okay. Put in Oreo brownie.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
You think you do, but you don't. Go to images on Google. And it was not cream filled. It was not cream filled.
Was it this?
No. It was very, very, very short lived.
Oh, this thing.
It looked like that, but it wasn't cream filled. It was probably only out for a couple of years. It was the greatest. It was probably my favorite.
This?
You're opening tabs and I can't see what you're looking at. No, it's not this.
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Nope, that's the same.
Mrs. Freshly.
Made with Oreo cookie pieces, but this doesn't say cream filled. Ooh, this.
Ooh, that looks like similar. No, it looked
These
like
I like.
It looked like that, but it wasn't cream filled. It had like the cream on top.
I think you're mistaken. I think you're remembering something that didn't
I
exist.
promise I'm not. It looked just like. That looks delicious. Damn.
These were fire.
Now, Leanna was a.
I was a fat girl.
She says she was. You were a little chubbier in your.
I didn't shy away from any school
So
lunch
what was your favorite? Did your mom pack you lunch, or you were a hot lunch kid? Do they call it hot lunch or public lunch? What do they call it in your school?
Hot lunch. Because my parents were divorced, we did qualify for the hot lunch. So it was like whatever I wanted. If I wanted lunch that day, maybe my mom would make it, or if she had stuff in the fridge, maybe she would make it. But I was always allowed to get hot lunch.
What did they have? What was on the menu? Because at St. Rock, I remember I was on hot lunch for a week. I begged my mom because I wanted to be on hot lunch because some of my friends were, and she was like, "You're not gonna like it," and she was right. It was horrific. They had meatballs. They had meatballs. We had Elio's Pizza, which was banging.
That's the only thing that I remember.
Oh, the milk.
That's the only thing that I remember is pizza. I remember chicken nuggets. They would have this round pizza. It was the best thing that I've ever had with like thick pepperoni. It was so good.
Would you know it if you saw it? Like with the brand?
Absolutely. Oh no, I don't know if it's. What do you mean? They just gave me the pizza. I didn't know what brand it was.
I know, but like, would you? I don't know.
The ladies were whipping it up in the kitchen. What do you mean?
They weren't making it.
Oh my God, I remember these. They had like these chicken sandwiches.
Ugh.
Yeah, so it was whatever I wanted. I would go back and
French fries? Did they have French fries?
Would they have French fries?
See, that's another thing. That's the thing that's bullshit because I bet you. Do you remember your sister is a lot younger than us? Do you have any? You don't ask her these questions, but
what?
I wonder what her diet was like in her lunch in like the 8th grade because this whole country had a health shift. I don't think they're giving kids chicken nuggets and fries anymore in school.
No, I think you're right.
Right?
I think it is
because
healthier.
we learned.
We could ask her.
We learned that it was bad, and they switched it.
Mm-hmm.
And yet they're still saying, "All right, it's time for imaginary numbers, folks."
Yeah. So when I was teaching, I substitute taught for a little bit, and I noticed they the lunch wasn't as bad. Like they would do
apples,
like apples with peanut butter.
Oh my God,
yeah,
really?
Stuff that we would never have.
So we changing the diets. Why can't we,
I feel like the school that I worked at too, I feel like they wouldn't even allow certain things.
I don't know how they would allow peanut butter. Some schools, you walk into a school these days with peanut butter.
Yeah. They would have peanut butter, but they would also have sunflower butter. For the kids who couldn't have peanut butter, which sunflower, oh my God, it was delicious. I would steal the packs all the time. Damn. It was so good.
I really wish I could find one of those Oreo brownies again.
I was a big chip girl. I loved potato chips.
Love me a chip or two.
I would always have potato chips.
And you do the thing where you pour the crumbs into your mouth.
Yes.
I was on my show in Atlantic City. The Borgata sent us a car, and we were coming home with everybody we went with, and I was the only one in the car who was like, "I don't do that."
Yes.
And where did you learn to do that? I don't know where people started doing it. I don't do that.
I'm a fat kid.
No, not fat. I'm the minority here. Everyone, it was for how many people? 5-1. They were like, "What's wrong with you, Eric?"
It was 4-1. There was 5 of us. It was 4-1. We all do it. You'll leave.
Those are crumbs to me.
No,
that's garbage.
And you call yourself a poor kid. I was licking the inside of that bag.
Because you were fat, not because you were poor.
I think it was a combination, honestly. That's a weird thing. Yes, I take the whole bag and
It's not weird. You do it. I'm just saying. I'm just not one of those
That's
people.
like the best part too, because those are the most flavorful. All the seasoning goes down to the bottom of the bag.
What was your favorite chip?
My favorite chip was
I was going to say that you're not using a coaster and you're destroying our gorgeous.
Sorry. They're called deli chips. They're by Wise. I think they're by Wise.
Deli chips.
Jalapeno deli chips.
These are them. Those look delicious. I've never had those. Kettle cooked
jalapeno.
No.
These were my favorite.
Hold on.
And they had the classic. These are the classic, the purple bag.
Wait, are deli chips?
Look, New York Deli. I didn't even know they were New York Deli like style.
Wait, isn't kettle cooked like a little bit better?
What do you mean better?
Like healthier?
No, I don't think so.
Every chip that you get from Trader Joe's that is as hard as a fucking rock is kettle cooked.
It's not because it's better.
So why are they kettle cooked?
They're like crunchier.
I guarantee they try to say that kettle. There's Google that.
What's
Google
this?
that, please. Run it through the Google. Is kettle cooked healthier? There's got to be.
It states the chips are about equal when it comes to fat, calories, and carbohydrates. There you go.
The major difference between
is
the
how
two is
they're
how they're made. Kettle cooked chips. She exited out of the thing in the middle of me reading it. The difference between kettle cooked chips
is the way that they're made. That's it. They're not healthier.
So why are all the garbage chips that you get from Trader Joe's?
They're not. They're not all kettle cooked.
They're all hard.
I like them like that.
They're harder than when you leave Play-Doh out. They're hard. All right. Well, I guess that's it for today. This was a very. I learned a lot about the education system. What are these?
These are my second. I would either go for these or the deli chips.
Ooh.
These are so good. I thought they were Dipsy Doodle. They're Fritos.
Flavor Twists Fritos.
Oh my God.
Frito-Lay.
They're so good. I would get these or the deli chips. And then I would get myself a fat cold cut sandwich.
I gotta say, Leanna, these are weird choices.
They're so good.
Like where these are very much on like the alternative row. You didn't go with the classics, cheese doodles, Doritos, fucking.
Nah, I don't think I ever got Doritos.
Oh my God,
Doritos.
you're like Joe Albano.
I never got them though. So when this is mostly high school, but also my entire life, I would always go to my grandma's house after school.
Because your parents are divorced.
Because my parents were divorced. By my grandma's house, and in between like my elementary school, in between the train station, was a deli that my grandma actually worked in.
Oh.
So that's where I would frequently get my potato chips and sandwiches.
Potato chips.
And they always had these, and they always had the deli chips. Because it was a deli. Shout out B&M Deli in Great Hills.
Is it still there?
They're still there.
Do they still make the deli chips? I don't think I've ever.
I don't see them often. I
remember like looking at those and thinking like, who the fuck buys these? And little did I know, it was the love of my life.
Look how cool that bag is.
That is a really
neon sign.
I'm not gonna lie, that is a pretty
New York Deli potato chips.
That's a pretty cool fucking bag. I'm not gonna lie, that's a pretty cool bag. That is a.
I was ahead of the trends. I was like, this is a cool bag. I'm gonna have these.
I'm trying to think of what other ones. Can you put like Wise Chips 2000? Like will they show you like what they made? Bag? Like any Oh my God, look at the original. What? Look at the original.
Where?
Right there. Just click that.
These?
Yeah. You know anybody who ate those? Those are so fucking boring. Oh my God. They were all right. They give you those on planes.
No, this is the bag. This is the bag from back in the day.
Really?
Yes.
I think you're wrong, sweetheart.
No.
Babe, they're in stock in Walmart. They're gonna show you the 20-year-old bag.
I'm telling you.
What are you talking about?
This is the old bag. I know for a fact. I just told you my grandma works.
Oh my God, those sour cream and onion ones.
These are the ones you love. These are the Dollar Tree specials.
Those are ridiculous.
These. Oh my God, I loved salt and vinegar too. See, this is the old bag. I'm telling you. Or this
we didn't think they had Wise
25
in Texas. We just found them.
I was gonna say we just found Wise chips in Texas.
I wonder what. See, what's funny is our friend Caitlin, who we met when we moved to California. She's from California. She never had cheese doodles. She never knew what a cheese doodle was.
Nope.
I wonder what the greatest like chip of all time is.
Well, that's up for debate. I don't think there's.
I know.
It's not a fact.
I wonder what the most like sold one is. You also weren't a big cereal family.
No, we were.
Yeah.
My brothers were always big cereal gals. I wasn't.
I mean, I could put down a bowl or two. They also are selling the one chip challenge in stores here in Texas. I don't know if they're selling them everywhere else, but they have them in store. And this is if you don't do this fucking thing, okay? It's the worst thing ever. I don't know if people have seen the one. It's on my YouTube channel. It was the worst thing I've ever done in my life. It was the worst. I was thinking about doing it again.
I kind of want to do it again.
I don't think it was really bad. It was.
You were out of commission for 12 hours at least.
12? I didn't eat anything till 24 hours later.
Was it that long?
Yeah. I kind of want to see, now I know like what to expect.
You still won't be able to handle it.
I definitely want to know. I'm not saying that, but I want to do it differently. My problem was I started chugging milk, which made it feel like a fucking brick was in my stomach, which was horrible.
They're selling it for $21 on Amazon. You could get it in the store for $7.
How many do you get?
It says pack of 1.
What? As my dad would say, what?
You know what people are probably doing? They're
buying them, putting them on Amazon.
and then reselling them. Maybe
You're
I'll
definitely
do that.
right. We should probably do that.
We should do that. Make a little dough, a little extra dough. Right?
Well, this is the Pocky, whatever. Pocky store. This is like the official.
Oh, that's weird.
That's kind of weird. All right. Well, I guess
this was fun.
I don't want to make these too long. We'll see. I mean, sometimes they'll be long and sometimes they won't. I don't fucking know. All right, guys. Let us know if there's anything you want to know about us, and we will.
What we should talk about.
Yeah. Anything you want us to dissect, and we'll see you next week.
We'll dabble.
Oh. Scream!
Oh wait, did we talk about my plant?
Scream louder into the.
Did we talk about my plant?
I don't know. Leanna's first plant from the first episode is dead.
It went for so long. I had it for a long time, and then we went away for like 3 weeks.
Yeah,
and it died because I couldn't take care of it. And it was supposed to be an indoor plant.
It was an indoor plant, but it was also I shut the air off, so it was probably 120 degrees in here.
It should have been. Next time I'll get a desert plant.
I mean, our thing's gonna keep. I have something else coming from my set, which I'm excited about.
How many things are you gonna have?
I mean, I gotta find. I might move this thing, but you'll see what it is. It's I don't even know. This set will
probably constantly be changing.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, guys, we will see you next week.
Next time.
Have a great day. 2.